Hello and welcome back to my scrap room. My name is Jennifer Perry, and today we're not going to talk about scrapbooking and we're not going to talk about diamond painting. We're going to talk about something that has been on my heart since March, and it is something that everybody right now has been going through, and I felt like I just needed to make a video because I have several young adults that I am either acquainted with or that are in my family that could use this information. And if I put it on video, they can go back and watch it several times. Hopefully I can answer their questions. Hopefully they feel like they can pick up the phone and call me if they need to. But my hope is what I'm telling them you might also find helpful also. We're going to be talking about pantry preparation when you have little money or you anticipate what we call in my family a squeak week or even a squeak month. The past couple of months, I'm not going to lie, have been very difficult on everybody. I don't care if you have no money at all. I don't care if you're more comfortable. It has been very difficult on everybody. And I am 48 years old, and what I have noticed in the grocery stores and what I witnessed in the grocery stores, I have never, ever seen in my life before. And I consider myself fairly organized and fairly prepped on some things. I wouldn't call myself a prepper. My daughter jokes that I'm a prepper. I don't consider myself a prepper. I consider myself just prepared because I have gone through squeak weeks, I have gone through squeak months, and I have had a family to raise. But in full disclosure, I'm going to let you know that before all this happened, I did a pantry challenge with myself. And let me just tell you, I picked the wrong months to do a pantry challenge because when we came home from a trip, we came home from a funeral, and realized what was about to happen. I had a week to get my ducks in a row, and my pantry was much lower than I would have preferred my pantry to be. So even I kind of had to scramble a little bit during this time to get things where I needed it to be. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you can use any of these ideas whether you have a little bit of money or whether you are more comfortable. I would like to see my daughter and my daughter's friends, my nieces, my nephews, anybody that is in their 20-somethings just coming out of college to know that you can do this. It does not matter what size your apartment is. It doesn't matter if you've got a pantry. You can take an underbed storage and put extra food under your bed, and I'm going to show you what to do. I don't use an underbed storage. I personally have a closet, and I'm going to show you that closet. I'm going to show you my pantry. I would personally rather see you have a 1-month store of food ready in case you have a squeak month or in case you have a squeak week. All you may have to go do is get bread, milk, and eggs, and the rest of your stuff is already in your house. The first step is figure out what you like to eat. Go through your mother's recipes. Go through your favorite cookbook. What recipes do you enjoy eating and you know how to make without much thought? You come home, you're exhausted, you really don't feel like cooking. What are your go-to recipes? I want you to have those recipes and the ingredients for those recipes on hand. So if it means gathering all your recipes and putting them in a little binder and saying these are my favorites and this is what I have on hand, this is my little binder book of what I have on hand any given time, perfect, do that. If it's just recipe cards in a little file folder, or if you've got them on your phone or in your brain, you could be one of those people that can just remember that. I can't. I have to almost always cook with a recipe. But what I want you to do is, how many times do you eat that recipe in a month? Say you like to have spaghetti 4 times a month, or you like to have spaghetti once a week. Well, to have it 4 times a month, you need bare minimum 4 jars of pasta sauce and 4 things of pasta. There's your meal. That's a 1-month meal plan. Now, if you have a tiny little pantry, you put 1 of those jars in your pantry, the other 3 jars under your bed. You just get you a little flat tote that goes under your bed. 3 of those jars goes under your bed. If you like to have green beans twice a month, you need 1 jar in your pantry, 1 jar under your bed. You know, you can keep it flowing. And to build your pantry, all you really need to do is do not go out at one time and buy a month's worth of groceries at one time. Pay attention to the store sales. If there is a sale on pasta sauce and you can afford to buy 2 jars, buy 2 jars. If you can't afford to buy 2 jars, buy 1 jar once a week until you have a month's supply. Buy 1 bag of rice once a week until you have a month's supply. Are you into macaroni and cheese? Buy however many macaroni and cheese as you need for a 1 month supply. Me personally, I would have said before this whole COVID-19 thing, 1 month was plenty. But given I know a lot of young adults right now that have suddenly found themselves out of work, I'm bumping that up to 3 months. I'm bumping that up to be a 3-month supply of food, because as long as you can feed yourself, your stress level goes down automatically. You're not going to be worried about where your next meal comes from. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the camera downstairs real fast. I'm going to show you my kitchen pantry, and I'm going to show you my working pantry that is under my stairs. I have a bare minimum 3-month food supply. Now, don't look at my pantry and say, forget this, I can't ever do it again. Because I am very organized. Some people say too organized. There are different ways that you can do this. We'll talk about it downstairs. This is the way that I did it. And I have a friend of Kayla's that I'm hopefully going to be able to go to her apartment and help her set up and get her food stores in order. And I hopefully, if Kayla will let me, want to go to her apartment. Now, I've been checking up on her during this entire isolation event, and she has had plenty of groceries. Now, she has said that she's gone to the grocery store more often than she wanted to, but she's had plenty of groceries. So I have been less worried about her. But let me take a break a moment, take the camera downstairs, and I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's my pantry. I'm going to back up just a little bit, see if I can back up without falling down, because my friends and family know that I am the world's biggest klutz. So I do have a gorgeous walk-in pantry. I'm going to be the first to say I love my pantry. If there was one thing I would change, I would not want the window, but that is fire code. They are requiring me to have a window. So I just have to work around that. But let's go in. Let me explain everything that's in here. So on this side, and I'm going to say this organizational system I've had for 6 years. Unfortunately, it is no longer available for purchase. I tried to purchase this for my daughter, and I cannot. But one of these holds 8 cans. 8 cans is probably a month for us, because we love green beans. Now, if you notice, I've got 2 of these for green beans, because we love them that much. So I've got 2 things of green beans, corn, chickpeas, black beans, 2 things of black beans. We do use those quite a bit. Kidney beans and baked beans. And then down here, I have 2 things of diced tomatoes, because I can use diced tomatoes in soups. I can make my own pasta sauce. I can use them in stews, meatloafs, whatever. You can use diced tomatoes. I also have 2 things of tomato sauce. Same purpose. With these 2 things right here, there are so many recipes I can make. That is why I have doubled up on those. Rotel chili beans. Cannellini beans. Now this one wouldn't fit in here. I overestimated. And then I have some chipotle peppers. Evaporated milk. You're going to think I'm crazy, but you can use this to cook with so much. It is in the place of regular milk if you run out of milk and cannot afford to buy any more. I always recommend having 1 or 2 cans of evaporated milk on hand. Chicken soup, cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup. These are my cookings. And I'm one of those weird people, when I don't feel good, I love cream of chicken soup. My mother, when she doesn't feel good, she likes chicken noodle soup. So that's mainly for her. I cook with this one, and if I'm not feeling well, this is my go-to. Cream of mushroom soup, French onion soup, and consomme. Those are both cooking soups. You can do so much with those. Whether it's Amy's rice dish, which if you want that recipe, I'll be happy to pass it on to you, or different casseroles, or roast, different meats. All kinds of things can be done with those 2 items. A little bit of coconut milk, pineapple. I have 1 can of pie filling I keep on hand from my mom. And then I also have a couple of cans of sweetened condensed milk. Now this says pie filling, but we're low. So I just popped my condensed milk in there. I have my baking items, a couple of jarred sauces, Alfredo sauce, pasta sauce, and then all of my just little odds and ends of things. Jams, jellies, protein powders, that type of thing. And then over here, I'm just turning completely around. This little area right here is all of my different stock. The reason I have box and can is measurement wise. When I'm making soups and whatnot, I want the box. That's a quart right there. The math is easy for me. When I need just a little bit of broth, I want the can. Again, pick one of these up at a time. You don't have to buy 8 boxes at one time. You can buy 1 can at one time. Tuna fish. Again, Mr. Plain Old Sandwich or making a meal. You can do either or. My coffees, my flour, my bread flour, my wheat flours. I do love to make my own bread. That's why I have more of that than the average Joe. And then my coconuts and ground flax seeds and grits and barley and lentils and couscous. And then my spices. Powdered milk, cornmeal, brown sugar, powdered sugar, cocoa, and then orzo in the back, quinoa in the front, tea, and then beside it is my cupcake liners, and then my rice and stuff here. Now, one organizational thing that I found that I really, really love are Lazy Susans. You may not have room in your pantry for Lazy Susan. I was surprised to find that I have room in mine. So this is my oatmeals and my cocoa. By the way, if you have ever tasted this cocoa, oh, it is so much better than anything else you can buy. And then regular oatmeal that I use for eating and cooking. And then my husband's granola. All of those different little sauce packets of things. Florida family, y'all hooked me up. I have got plenty of yellow rice seasoning. I think I'm good for a while. So, thank you guys. And then my savories. Hold on, we got a visitor. Hey, you. Biscuit. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be in here. And then all of my savory stuff, my oils, vinegars, my baking bin. This is Instapot supplies. Bisquick that I like to make biscuits with. This little thing here is all of my mom's food that she likes to eat that I'm not going to touch with a 10-foot pole. A couple of spare stocks and then some sugar in the back. A box of Triscuits, and no, they're not open. They've got a thing on them. And then if you see, I've got room. And then peanut butter and snacks and popcorn. And get out of the trash. Hey, get out of the trash. You don't go in the trash. We don't do kitties in the trash. There's nothing out that window for you. No. Did you just realize there's a window there? Come on, let's go. Come on. You're not supposed to be in the pantry. You're going to get in trouble. So, there's a few ways that we can do this. And pardon the trash can. I really didn't feel like pulling it out of the pantry at the moment. But there's a few ways that we can do this. You can either buy a under-the-bed storage Sterlite container that's flat to put all your extra groceries under the bed, or you can buy one of these 2 or 3 drawer units and store your extra groceries in one of these in a spare closet, a corner of your bedroom, turn it into an end table, put a lamp on it, you're good to go. Just decorate it to where nobody can see what's inside the bins. Cheap end table if you're just starting out in your apartment. But there are ways to have extra storage for your groceries that are going to last you a month and a half, or even 2 months. So you can do the Sterlite bins. I've got 2 and 3 drawers. These are actually holding my dish towels and stuff like that. Let me show you my closet. Hold on one moment. This is how I am storing my extra groceries. So this is my under the stairs closet, coat closet. As you can see, I still have coats in my closet. Way in the back is my camping equipment. We have not started camping yet this season. This is where I keep all of my spare camping equipment. I have some cleaning supplies up there. And then this little shelving unit is just an 8-cube unit. And it is my spare pantry, my working pantry, and also my little butler's pantry. I have my crock pot. This little bin is specifically for the COVID stuff going on. It's some extra wipies, the wipes that we use for our glasses, Dayquil, NyQuil, and Mucinex. I bought those specifically for what's going on. If we don't end up using them for this, I pray to God we don't end up using them for this. We'll have them for the year. Foil, trash bags, air fryer, my dehydrator. My dehydrator is currently sitting on the counter. I am using it. Then I have black beans, canned chicken is something my mother likes to keep on hand. Extra Bisquick for making pancakes or biscuits. I like making biscuits out of them because my husband has a fantastic pancake recipe. Cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, baked beans. There is, and yes, I really do have a case of evaporated milk, peanut butter, mayonnaise, oatmeal. And the reason I buy this size oatmeal, as you can see, it's not that big. This is the exact size that fits in my canister in the pantry. So I know that I only have to open up this one thing, it will fit in my canister, and I don't have to worry about an open canister of oatmeal. Yes, I really do have 4 of them back there. We eat that much oatmeal. Almond milk for my husband, and coffee. This is my rice and my pasta. This is my little condiments. So I've got mayonnaise, mustards, sprays. These extra potato packets I use for cooking or thickeners. I don't actually eat them, but they're great for thickening soup. And then there's my diced tomatoes, my tomato sauce, and my green beans and my corn. So as you can see, this does not take up a lot of space. This is how far it's sticking out from the door, so it's not taking much space at all. You can stick this in your coat closet, you can stick it, heck, you could stick it in the living room and put all of the products in these little bins to where they're hidden. No one coming over is going to look in your bins and find out what's inside your bins. That's a great way to hide your groceries. So there you go. Let me run back upstairs. So I can almost hear you asking, why in the world do I have a case of evaporated milk? Well, for us, we're not huge fresh milk drinkers. More often than not, it goes bad, and it never ever fails. Every time I want to bake something, I'm out of fresh milk. Well, you can use evaporated milk. It's not just a prepper staple. It, in my house, is a Perry staple. It has saved me more times than once, and I can take it camping with me, and it is shelf stable, so I don't have to worry about keeping it cold. So, as you can tell, for me, I have a pretty nice setup as far as my pantry is concerned, but the ways that you can do this, that little shelf I picked up from Walmart, I've got it laying sideways in my closet. Does not take up any room. I can still use my closet as a coat closet. I can still put things behind that shelf as my camping equipment. I can still get a vacuum in there. If it's tornado season and we've got a tornado warning, I can still get my family in that closet. But yet I also have my food stores in that closet. And I'm good. If we have a squeak month, I'm okay. We can still feed ourselves. If you find yourself in a situation where you find yourself laid off, you can still feed yourself. If you have paid all of your bills and you have $5 in the bank, you can still feed yourself if you have a little bit of a store saved up. Again, I would like to have or see all the young people in my family have at least a month, which means you could have 2 or 3 jars of spaghetti sauce, 2 or 3 packages of pasta, 2 or 3 pounds of rice. I'm not talking 10 pounds of rice, I'm not talking 20 pounds of rice, 2 or 3 pounds of rice, a box of oatmeal. You know, look at your meals, look at what you enjoy making, and buy those items. 2 things to remember: only buy what you're going to eat. Don't go buy Spam if you don't like Spam. First in, first out. So, what I want you to do, until you get used to doing this, especially since you may not have a can organizer like I do, is when you bring your groceries home, look at the expiration date. And if it's something you're going to be storing under your bed or in your closet, write that expiration date on the top of the can so that it's in big, bold, black letters and you know when that's going to expire. And, you know, canned food, it could be 2 years, so you may be pretty good and you have to give yourself a little time. You know, you don't have to worry about trying to eat it within a 6-month period, but you also will know, okay, I've got to pull this can of corn out it's going to expire in the next 6 months, I need to use it. So write that expiration date on the very top of your can so that it is in the forefront of your brain, and get it used in, first out. Anyhow, I hope there was just a little bit of useful information in this video for you. And until next time, we'll get back to diamond painting, but until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.